If you love near-death experience stories as much as I do, you are in for a treat. This is my new series called Real Death Experiences because these stories are coming from someone who actually did pass away, who's already crossed over. They didn't come back, but they did come back now to share their experience. So my second guest here on this series is one of my daughter's friends. Her name is Tionné Baker. Luckily, when I requested to see if she would come and do this interview with me, she agreed. And so we are going to get into that now. To keep this more interview style, I'm going to be using my computer to create a voice for her, just so that way, it's separate from my voice. So I'm going to go ahead and let her share her experience now.
The physical moment. She shows a sudden constriction in her chest, a rush of heat and pressure, and then the sensation of her body becoming very heavy. Her awareness lifted quickly, almost before she realized breath had stopped flowing. There was disorientation for a few heartbeats of Earth time, but then an immense calm. Immediately after, she felt as though she were floating in a dim, soft space. A veil of confusion gave way to radiant clarity. She says, "I knew I was gone, but I wasn't lost." The heaviness dropped away, replaced by weightlessness. Who met her? Two female presences met her, one familial, one angelic. The familial presence had warm hands and familiar laughter. The angelic one radiated brilliant white gold light and extended a cloak of safety. These presences guided her across, ensuring she did not linger in fear. Emotional sensations. At first, there was sadness. She worried about her loved ones and whether they would understand. Quickly, it shifted into deep relief, peace, and then awe. She describes waves of love washing through her like music. Life review. She saw moments of her life replay, not as judgment, but as understanding. She was shown how her light touched others even in moments she thought went unnoticed. There was recognition of her struggles, but also celebration of her laughter, kindness, and resilience. Message for Earth. Message for Earth, her words. Love yourself in the middle of your story, not only at the end. Don't wait until you think you're perfect to be worthy. I learned too late that my worth was always whole. Hold your loved ones close. Speak your truth kindly. Forgive quickly. Why now? She steps forward because your daughter Michaela called her, but also because her essence wants to be remembered in wholeness, not only through the circumstances of her passing. She affirms, "I am not broken, I am complete." And I want others to know that about themselves too.
And so at this point, I had thanked her for sharing that information, and she had one more little message.
Thank you for listening. Thank you for asking in love. My story is not only about how I left, but about how I lived, how I loved, and how I continue. If even one heart feels less afraid, then my voice has done its work. Carry me forward, not in sorrow, but in remembrance of joy.
And thank you to Tionné for joining us for this episode. And if her family sees this, or any of her friends or loved ones, feel free to share a happy memory in the comment section. And then I wanted to also share, when I am channeling this through, I'm just basically asking the consenting soul to share the physical moment of their transition, what they saw or immediately felt, any guides or beings who met them, the emotional sensation that moved through them, their life review or awakening moment, a message for others still on earth, and why they agreed to share the message. And so if you can think of anything else I should add into that, let me know. And otherwise, if you like this video, give it a heart or a like, and I'll see you in the next episode.